Hey guys, today we're going to be out on the Super Cub 125. I've set up a kind of temporary way of hooking up power. I mounted this. This is probably the only way of mounting a phone, and I really hate it. It looks terrible, but that's really like one of the few ways. And I wire this using just a cable directly to the battery. By the way, working on this is extremely tight. The battery is here. It's a pain in the ass to get it. And also, we're going to be using this new bag that Doordash actually sent to me for free, which is pretty darn good. I don't know how well this thing does, but it's not as big as the one I got from packr. And let me show you inside. The zippers are pretty terrible, but it's got plenty of space for most deliveries. And I like that it's branded. But you see the zippers kind of struggle with them because they are watertight. And I like that it's branded. It's bright. This is what I would want in the bikes from packr, and with plenty of reflection. And also you can open it from the top here and get food from the top. That might be an easier way for some deliveries. I put oil all over it because unfortunately this thing is just not that good, like, for efficiency. See, like, the corners of the zipper kind of get stuck. It's really kind of like a terrible design. So we're here at Taco Bell and we're going to get a order, and we're going to decline the Starbucks. So we're picking up for Justin here. It might take a little bit of time. This is $11. This is the first delivery, but this is going to be the first day I ride the Honda Super Cub because it's going to be 60 degrees out, and because no ferry and stuff makes it a little bit harder to do deliveries on. So let's go ahead and see if these guys have this order. Well, hopefully. There's a lot of people here today for some reason. This is the parking lot where that one lady was killed. This bike is keyless ignition, so it works out really well for deliveries. Justin A. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Put this here. Oh my god, this bike just kind of leans back. Alright. And I'm going to put this. Yeah. This is a bigger order than I was expecting already. But you know what? The shifting, I'm getting used to it. This is going to be interesting because I'm going to have to hop on the highway. The utility of scooters really spoil you. They do. And then you get on this thing, it's like no underseat storage, a 1-gallon gas tank. And this is a new one. And by the way, I was wrong about the video that I did on the Super Cub. Apparently this does have tubeless tires. 60 miles per hour. I'm going 62. That's actually faster than the ADV 150. 63. Out of a 125cc engine, the top speed was 63 miles per hour. It did slow down going uphill. This bike's not great for highway, but just as good as the ADV 150 with less wind protection. I was not expecting to do gravel on this bike. 7349. Take a photo. And we're ready for the next one. We're going to pick up here a Maiwan Grill, or is it Adu? Yeah, it's Adu, the Ethiopian place. How's it going, man? Interesting thing about this particular bike is that it is tiny. It's tiny, and it's actually surprisingly faster than the ADV 150 on the highway. It's quite peppy. I'm starting to really get a hang of it. This is my second delivery on it, so the first thing, there's some bikes you sit on that you feel you're on top. Some you're kind of like in the bike. This one, it feels like you are the bike. It feels like it's a bicycle. It feels very minimal. There's things that I wish that this bike had, like some way of mounting phones that's a little nicer. And of course, they didn't even provide you with a 12-volt power supply in the front, so you have to have these contraptions, and there's not that many good solutions on Amazon. The beautiful thing about this, though, it's got that 17-inch tires, so it behaves exactly like a small motorcycle. The con of this bike is that the speedo is really hard to see. I mean, it's beautiful, aesthetically pleasing, but it's tiny. Wingstop, I hate Wingstop. It's tiny, and I mean, you're looking at it, you don't really see it. If it's the sun is shining on it, it's even harder to see. But look how tiny that is. And then you have in the middle the fourth gear, third gear, whatever. By the way, this needs a fifth gear. Handling is not like a scooter, because the small wheels of a scooter just give it this very sprightly type of maneuverability. There's my stop right there. And by the way, no kickstand. No kickstand. Makes it a little bit harder. It's a beautiful day. Really nice out. And of course, another thing that's just annoying, the tank is 1 gallon. That means that you're going to fill up at 0.6, 0.7. That's crazy. That is nuts. You're paying with change, and you're getting 130 miles to the gallon. So in a way, that's nice. Another way, I kind of wish it was like a 2-gallon gas tank. That way, you could go 200 miles. I like to park right here. Let's go and get this order. How's it going? Pick it up for Nick. Nice. Around here, once in a while, you see these guys on dirt bikes, no license plates, nothing. Is that if you park on a hill, there's no handbrake. So if you brake, normally I hold on to the rear brake when I put it on the center stand, and on this one, it does not have anything. So it makes it a little bit of an awkward pull into the center stand, because there is no kickstand. So that's kind of like a minus in my book. It definitely needs a kickstand for quick in and out. Hey, we have a Napa, which is here. You know what? I'm going to accept this Napa auto parts delivery. So we're going to pick up a Napa. Hey, it's right there. And then I have a Grubhub. So this is $14. Oh, okay. Here we go. That is kind of cool. I have never picked up here. That is cool. As I go, picking up helmet. That is crazy. Look at this. Tiny. Let me drop it in here. We have 13 miles to go. This is the longer way. Look at this. The bike is just so tiny. It's so cute. So I dropped it off here at Ilmet Auto Care. So one thing I've already found is that people kind of cut you off more when you're something this small. Even if you're going the speed limit, they will definitely bully you. You know, there's a little bit to human psychology to this. You know, when you have a small bike, a scooter, it's not menacing. People mess with you. It's already done. I love it. I love it when everything is done. You just have to go in there and get it. You can get on this bike and do short stints on the highway. 60 63, downhill of course, 65, 67, 69, 70 miles an hour on the 71, full gas, 71 miles per hour going downhill. Now we're going to go uphill. Losing speed, 64. I haven't let go of the gas yet. 64. I have not let go of the gas. I could downshift, but I'm not. 60, 59. 58. Alright, going back downhill. This is when we get to 70. It's actually faster than the PCX. That's incredible how fast this bike is on the highway. 73 miles an hour. It does feel like it's a pretty darn good alternative to a Grom. It's more than I thought this thing would get. Alright, let's go and get this order here. Hopefully it's ready. I just hate that I might have to scratch this as I get in and off the bike. Hola, Candence?
Yeah. Oh yeah, funny.
Alright, thank you. Right, let's get out of here. On a Monday, there's not much going on. I'm at 85 miles, but I filled up with $2 before. Alright, that's a full tank of gas right there. 0.6 gallons. That's full on. So now I want to see what is the range on it. This one has 0 utility. But you know, for doing deliveries, you just get the big bag and you can turn it into the bike that you want. So we're picking something up here at Yums, and then we have another one. Yeah, thanks, man. Hello. Sandarine. I do like picking up at Yums here in Laurel. They're so popular. They are one of the more popular ones here. Here's our Chipotle pickup. Okay, let me get this off. It's for Whitney. So we're gonna go right across over there to Panera. Big bag, big order. That's why it's $12. I like the bag. I like that Doordash bag. I think the problem is that the bag itself needs to be a little bit bigger to make it worthwhile. You know, I enjoy this riding position and this one-seater. It's extremely comfortable. So I'm delivering this Panera here. This is a closed community, and it's like in Laurel, but it was really beautiful. I came here during Halloween to drop off pizzas. Really beautiful. Like, all of this is lit up. All of this feels like you're coming into this fairy tale world. For me, it is a fairy tale world because it's rather expensive. Here we go. Right here. And now we're going to go back down the hill on 95. So it's like it's on the other side of the freaking road. That's right, 95. So we're going to have to come back. It's that rest stop right over there on the other side. Okay, we finished one delivery, now going to another. Taco Bell. So one of the bad things about this bike, as well as the mirrors, they're not great. They let you see to the side, but they're almost sport bike-like. A lot of shoulder in there. It's because it's so small, but they should extend out a little bit more. Even if it was like 2 inches on each side, it would be able to see everything behind you. Because, you know, behind me, I have no visibility. Sure, the bike is small, you can kind of move easily around, but one of the things that makes me feel safer is just having really good mirrors, looking behind. You know, part of being safe is looking behind you and knowing exactly who is coming up behind you, especially on a smaller bike that's small and slow. Also, with the big wheels, you can really hop over the sidewalk here. There we go. Hey, how's it going? Jacob? Thank you. The red. Look at that is interesting. And he's pulling a wheelie. Bad thing about this particular bike is that it uses a regular starter and you can hear it. The PCX and the ADV use it's like a separate alternator, so it's almost eerily quiet the way they start. And there's not that much wear on the starter. But this one, it's the type of bike that if you keep doing deliveries and you're doing stop, start 100 times a day, you might have to wear out that starter. Now, luckily, these starters are probably not that expensive. Yeah, Jackie.
There you go.
All right, thank you so much. Have a good day. Last order of the day. Big order, 21 bucks. I just went on the Beltway on the Super Cub. It did really well. And, you know, the last delivery of the day, I got 21 bucks for that delivery. So I really appreciate it. And there's a couple of things that really bother me. First is this. Why couldn't they put a 12 volt up front? The 17-inch tires work really well for this. And it handles like a motorcycle, like a very small, tiny motorcycle. The mirrors are useless. You know, the round mirrors, they're nice to look at. They're, you know, traditional, but really bad at showing what's behind you. And because of the length of them, you can't really see behind too much. You can see your shoulders and then just a little slot where you can see a little bit on the left lane and right lane. Not entirely usable. The biggest surprise was this particular bike hits a 73 miles per hour top speed going downhill, decreases slightly going uphill in top gear, but that's a top speed higher than the ADV 150. On the ADV 150 and PCX, you hit the rev limiter and you feel it. This you don't really feel. It feels like you can keep pushing. But 73 miles per hour going downhill, GPS corrected. That's very impressive. Now here's the downside, and still something I'm not really understanding yet. One of the reasons I bought this, first of all, I think it's really cute. It's really nice. But the range is terrible. The range is terrible. I'm already at the flashing last bar, and it's supposed to get 160 miles to the gallon, but of course, 1 gallon tank, and the tank is high up. You don't really feel the higher tank. On the scooters, it's at the bottom, so that is nice. But the engine on this, everything feels really light when you're riding. I believe it's like 200 something pounds for this. I forgot the dry weight. It's incredibly low. And I wonder if the exhaust is sucking up my MPGs, so I'm going to have to check that out. And I do like the seat. The seat is extremely comfortable. I like that single seater. I never had a bike like that, but that is a good way to go about it. And also, check this out. It's a low bike. I think that's the reason it's not intimidating to drivers. Even the PCX feels taller, but look, everything is low. The PCX had a higher cargo area. The ADV 150 is really high that you can't really top load stuff. But this thing, you have to kind of scrunch down to get in and out just to get food in here. And in a way, that's a good thing. But also, just look how far that brake light is. It's really low. The license plate is really low. And also, it's interesting that they put the VIN number right there. It's really strange. By the way, M starts for Mexico. So this bike was made in Mexico. I believe a lot of these bikes are for the Asian market, are built in Thailand. Don't quote me on it. It does have ABS, but I'm surprised that Honda put fuel injection, it put ABS, and they didn't include a 12-volt power supply to the front. That's a terrible fail on their part, I believe. It's a cool bike, it's great, but the range is surprising. Well, those are my initial thoughts on the first day of riding this thing. Hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.